So hi viewers, this video consists of analysis and design of a tall building. So this is the profile of the building given. These are the different set of similar stories given, whose plan view is different for different stories. This is the plan view for stories 1 to 8. This is for 9 to 14. This is for 15 to 19 and this is for 20 to 23. The dead load has been given for each set of different stories, but which is actually equal in magnitude and equals to 22 kilonewton per meter square. Live load differing for different set of stories. So here is the live load for that of the stories 1 to 8 given as 5 kilonewton per meter square, and for stories 9 to 14 live load is given as 4.5 kilonewton per meter square. For the stories 15 to 19 live load is given as 4 kilonewton per meter square. Here for the stories 20 to 23 the live load is equals to 3.5 kilonewton per meter square. So these are dimensions given for that of the beams and columns. For the columns, 500 by 500, 550 by 550, 600 by 600. For that of the beams, 500 by 300, 550 by 350, 600 by 400. It has been mentioned here to use auto select. So this auto select enables the software to select by default the best section among the given dimensions. So the concrete material has been given as M40. For that of the longitudinal reinforcement, HYSD 500. For that of the lateral reinforcement, mild 250. Slabs, the thickness has been given as 150 mm and the grade of concrete given as M40. Auto-draw cladding has to be used. The cladding load is given as 0.2 kN per meter. So wind load has to be considered. And the design of tall building is done in the region of Bangalore. So this is the problem statement. We will look into the actual part of the analysis and design using the ETAP software. So, this analysis and design of the building basically includes 5 steps. First step is the first step. First step is nothing but defining the section properties and also the material properties. After designing those sections, we need to draw those sections for the different set of stories as given in the problem. So after drawing, just assigning the loads. So different sort of loads such as dead load, live load, wind loads, cladding loads. After assigning the loads, it's a analysis part of the work that has to be done. After completion of analysis, design part can be done. So these simple 5 steps can be done in order to complete our work. So right now okay, now let us start the work. Go to file menu, click on new model. A dialog box will appear. So cross check these display units, steel section database, steel design code and concrete design code. Click on OK. In this dialog box, we will change the values as per the problem statement. The number of grid lines along x and y directions are 4 in number. Spacing of grid lines has been given as 6 meters. So here the number of stories is being changed as 23. The height of the building is 3 meters. Since all the stories are not similar, we need to use custom story data here. Go to edit story data. Since we have taken the number of stories as 23, so all the stories are similar to that of 23. So here, since there are stories similar from 1 to 8, so among the 1 to 8 stories, select any story as a master story. Here I am selecting story number 8 as a master story and changing remaining stories 1 to 7 similar to story 8. Now, among the stories 9 to 14, you can select either of the stories as a master story and choose remaining stories similar to that of a master story. So here I am choosing all the remaining stories from 9 to 13 as similar to story 14. Now go to stories 15 to 19. Select any of the stories as a master story. I am selecting story number 19 as a master story. And the remaining stories 20 to 23 are similar to that of story number 23. Click on OK. Click on grid only, then OK. 2 tabs will appear where one tab will show us the plan view whereas the other tab shows us the 3D view. So now let us define the material properties. Go to define menu, material properties, add new material, select the region as India, material type as concrete, standard Indian. As per the problem statement, it has been given as M40 grade of concrete to be used. Click on OK. M40 grade material is added. Now select the material type as rebar, standard Indian, grade HYSD 500 for longitudinal reinforcement. Click on OK. Click on OK again. Now add new material again. For that of the lateral reinforcement, we are going to use mild grade 250. Click on OK again. Now click on OK to close this dialog box. Material properties have been defined. Now we will look into the definition of section properties. Go to define menu, go to section properties, go to frame section. Now add new property. Select the concrete rectangular section. Give the property name as B, indicating beam section, and give the dimensions as 500 by 300. Select the material as M40. Give the dimensions of depth as 500 and width as 300. For the reinforcement, go to modify or show rebar. As we are going to design beam, select beam. For longitudinal bars, HYSD 500. For ties, mile 250. Here, the clear cover in the case of beams is 25 mm in the case of top and bottom bars. So, give those values as 25 mm. Click on OK. Click on OK again. Beam section is being added here. Now we need to define two other beams of dimensions 550 by 350 and 600 by 400. No need to go to add new property. Just select this beam and go to add copy of property. Here, if you just give the name 550 by 350, select material will be same since we are just copying. So the only thing we can do here is changing the dimensions. Remaining things will be same. In the case of rebars also, just check it once. So here is the same what we have already defined previously. Click on OK. Material is being added. Add copy of property again. Give the beam other name which has a dimension of 600 by 400. This name can be given as you like. Since it is easy to identify, I am just giving with respect to that of the dimensions. Click on OK. So these beams are being added. Now go to add new property. In the special cases, we have auto select list. Otherwise, we can select the same auto select list from that of section shape. So here is the auto select option. Click on OK. A dialog box will appear. So give the name as auto select beams. Change the design type as concrete. Now the defined materials will appear here. Select all the defined materials and then click on add. Now we have got auto select beams. This is being useful as the software by default selects the best dimensions of the defined materials. Now go to add new property. Select concrete rectangular section. Here we are going to define the columns. So give the name as C, whose dimensions has been given as 500 by 500 initially. So select the material type as M40. Change these dimensions as 500 by 500. Go to reinforcement. Here it is by default as column. For the longitudinal reinforcement, HYSD 500. For the confinement bars, mile 250. Clear cover is 40 mm by default, so no need to change anything there. Click on OK again. Click on OK again. It just closes. So here we have to copy the properties. So just select the defined column, add copy of property. So just give it the name as C 550 by 550. Here we just change the dimensions as 550 by 550. No need to worry about the reinforcement. It will just be copied. Again define. So give the dimensions. Click on OK. Now go to add new property. Auto select list. Dialog box will appear. So give it the name as auto select columns. Select design type as concrete. Columns, the defined columns will appear here. Select them and then click on add. Click on OK. Okay, now click on OK. The frame sections has been defined. Let us define the slab section. Go to define, go to section properties, go to slab sections, add new property. Let us give the name as slab 150 as the thickness of the slab is given as 150 mm. Select the material as M40. Change the thickness into 150 mm. Click on OK. Click on OK again to close this dialog box. Now the material and section properties are being defined. Now let us draw them. Since here the plan view of different stories the similar set of stories has been given. So here let us select the similar stories option. Now say, this is the story 23. So using up and down arrow keys over here, select story 1. This is the base and this is the story 1. Now go to draw option. Go to draw beam columns or brace. Go to quick draw columns. A dialog box will appear at the left bottom side. In the property, select auto select columns. Now drag from the top left corner to the bottom right corner. All the columns will be selected, and since we have chosen similar stories, so from the story 1 to 8 these columns will be drawn. Now go to draw option, go to draw beams, now go to quick draw beams. Now in the bottom left corner, select the property as auto select beams. Now drag from the top left to the bottom right. Now again go to draw option, draw floor or wall objects, quick draw floor or wall, select slab 150, drag from the top left to the bottom right, slabs are being drawn. These are for the stories 1 to 8. Now you can go to either of the story from 9 to 14 by using up and down arrows present over here. It takes a lot of time, so we can just directly go to the select plan view, select story number either 9 to 14, so I am just choosing story 9. Go to that particular story. See that the similar stories option is being selected here. Now go to quick draw columns. So here we have a shortcut in the left side bar. So quick draw columns option is being chosen. Here among the property, auto select columns is there by default as we have done it previously. Sorry, this is not the thing. So we have to be very careful in ETABS while clicking on the other side. So I just undo the thing that I did. Here for that of the 9 to 14 stories, the plan view is somewhat different. So just drag as I am showing you here. Columns are being drawn for the stories 9 to 14. Here we have quick draw beams. So select that. Auto select beams option is being present and drag as shown so that the beams are being drawn for the stories 9 to 14. Quick draw wall or floor option is also present in the left side. So by dragging in such a way, the slabs are also being drawn. Now go to plan. Select the stories either from 15 to 19. So I am choosing the story number 15. Click on OK. So click on quick draw columns. Auto select columns is being present. Now select the columns as I am showing. Go to quick draw beams. Auto select beams is already there. So just draw them directly. Now go to quick draw floor or walls. Slab 150 is being selected. Okay. Now using the plan from the top of stories 20 to 23, you can choose any of the story. I'm choosing story number 23. Click on OK. Now go to quick draw columns. Drag as I am doing so. Go to quick draw beams. Go to quick draw floor or wall option. So the walls so the slabs are also being drawn for all the stories now. Drawing option is also being finished. Now that the assigning of loads is to be done, in order to escape from the drawing option, click escape from the keyboard. The drawing option will be out. Now let us go to the story 1. In order to assign the dead loads, select all stories option. Since as per the problem statement, the dead load given is same for all the stories. So select the shells as shown. Go to assign menu, go to shell loads, go to uniform, select the load pattern name as dead, give the load value as 2 kN per meter square, click on apply, then OK. This dialog box will be closed. So the dead load for all the stories has been applied. Now choose the similar stories option in order to assign the live load. So select the shells as shown. 72 shells. You can actually check the number of shells or frames that you have selected at the top, at the bottom left side. Now go to assign menu, go to shell loads, go to uniform. Sorry, it's not uniform. I have selected assign shell loads, uniform. Select the load pattern name as live load. Give the value as 5. Click on apply. Click on OK. Now go to stories 9 to 14, any of the story. Select story 9. Click on OK. Select the shells. See that the similar stories option is being selected. So here the similar stories option is selected. Go to assign, go to shell loads, click on uniform, give the value as 4.5. Click on apply. Click on OK. Now we need to assign the live loads for the stories from 15 to 19. So select either of the story from 15 to 19 as the similar stories option is being selected. Select the shells carefully. Now go to assign menu, select shell loads, click on uniform. Load pattern name is as live load. So give the load value as 4. Click on apply. Click on OK. Upon clicking OK, that particular dialog box will be closed. Now go to story number 20, from 20 to 23, whatever the story you want, you can, as the similar story option is being selected. Select the shells, click on assign, go to shell loads, go to uniform, live load is there, and give the value as 3.5. Click on apply, click on OK. Now that the dead load and the live loads are being assigned, let us assign the cladding loads. In order to assign the cladding loads, let us go to the story number 1. See that the similar story option is being selected. Although the cladding loads for all the stories is equal, but the external frames are actually different for a similar set of stories. As a result of it, we are actually selecting similar stories here. Now carefully select the external frames as shown. You can also actually cross check the number of frames that are being selected. So 96, that is here overall 9, overall 12 frames, and for that of 1 to 8 stories. So 12 is the 96. So the number of frames selected is actually correct. Go to assign, go to frame loads, click on distributed, give the value of 0.2 kilonewton per meter, click on apply, click on OK. So the cladding loads for the stories 1 to 8 is being assigned. Now let us go to the story 9 to 18, sorry 9 to 14. So I have selected story 9. See that the similar story option is being selected. Here if we see there is no option present. So in order to make that visible, go to display option, select undeformed shape. Now it's being visible. So select similar stories option. Now carefully select the external frames as shown. So while selecting, after the completion of selection of these frames, it's better to cross check at the bottom left side of how many frames you have selected and whether it is actually right or wrong. So 72 frames have been selected. Now go to assign, go to frame loads, go to distributed. Magnitude is actually same, so just click on apply, then click on OK. Now go to either of the stories 15 to 19. I have selected story 15. So similar story option is actually not visible here. Go to display, click on undeformed shape. See that the similar story option is being selected. Now carefully select the external frames. External frames are being selected, 60 frames selected, see at the bottom left side. Now go to assign, go to frame loads, go to distributed. The value is being same, so just click on apply, then click on OK. Cladding loads for that of the frames stories 15 to 19 is applied. Now let's go to any of the stories from 20 to 23. So I have selected story 23. Click on OK. See that the similar stories option is being selected. It's not visible. So go to display, undeformed shape. It's visible. Similar stories option is actually selected. So just select carefully select the external frames. So 24 frames are being selected. Now go to assign. Go to frame loads. Go to distributed. Just click on apply. Click on OK. Here for the top story, that is story 23, there will be no cladding loads. So just go to story 23. Here by default it is story 23 as I have previously selected the story. Now go to stories option and select one story. So here we have to remove these cladding loads for this story as there will be no external frames present at the top story. So carefully select them. 6 frames are being selected. Go to assign, go to frame loads, go to distributed. So you have to delete existing loads. Click on that option, click on apply. So the cladding loads at the top story are being deleted. Click on OK. Okay. Now go to the base. We need to apply the restraints at the base. So drag from top left to the bottom right. Go to assign, go to joint, go to restraints. Fixed restraint is to be applied. So click on apply and then OK. Go to draw option, go to auto draw cladding, use floors, click on OK. So claddings are drawn automatically in which can be actually viewed from the 3D tab. Yes, it's showing. Now let us actually define and assign the wind loads. So in order to define the wind loads, go to define, go to load patterns. Here the dialog box will appear. So give the name as wind. Select the type as wind. Auto lateral load, select the Indian code, which is actually IS 875-1987. Add new load. New load will be added. Upon selecting the new load, Click on modify or lateral load. So here wind coefficients are to be identified upon using the IS code 875 part 3. So I don't have the soft copy, and just I'll explain you how I have taken these values. So from the IS code, if we get into the map of Indian map will be visible, in which for that of the Bangalore city, wind speed is given as 33 meter per second. Terrain category for that of Bangalore is actually 3. This actually depends upon this value is actually taken from the clause 5.3.2.1 from the IS code. The structural class actually depends upon the height of the building. Here 23 stories, each story height 3 meters, so totally 69 meters of building, which is greater than 50 meters, and hence the structural class is being taken as C. Risky coefficient is being given as 1 here. This actually depends upon lifespan of the building, which is generally 50 years, and for that of the 50 years having wind speed 33 meter per sec, risk coefficient is given as 1. So the topography factor, which actually depends upon upwind slope, the slope for that of Bangalore city is less than 3 degrees. So this value is given as 1 from the clause 5.3.3.1 from the IS code 875 part 3. Now click on OK. Click on OK again. Now that for the city of Bangalore, wind loads have been defined. Now we need to assign those wind loads. So for assigning also, we need to refer table 4 of the IS code 875 part 3, which where we have to use the ratios height to width and that of length to width. Here the height of the building is 69 meters, width is actually 18 meters, so having 6 meters each side. Then length is also having 18 meters. So height to width, that is 69 by 18, is going to something like 3 point something. So which actually lies between 1.5 to 6, and also length to width ratio is equals to 1. So based upon these two ratios, we need to select that particular diagram of table 4 from the IS code. Now plan view selected, go to elevation. So select the side A, click on OK. Here while assigning the wind loads, so see that the all stories option is being selected. Now choose select all the shells of the side A. So from the IS code, we have got go to assign, go to shell loads, go to the wind pressure coefficient. Here the coefficient value is being given as 0.8 and the windward side for that of the section A. So click on apply, click on OK. This is from that of the IS code as following the ratios of height to width and that of length to width. So you may refer to the code for proper understanding. Okay. Now go to elevation, go to side B, click on OK. See that the all stories option is being selected. Select all the shells. Go to assign, go to shell loads, wind pressure coefficient, same value is being applied here. Click on apply, click on OK. So if you see the picture in the IS code, elevation C and D will be opposite to that of B. Now let us select elevation D, click on OK. See that the all stories option is being selected. Select all the stories. Go to assign, go to shell loads. Here select wind pressure coefficient. Now select the value of minus 0.25. Select the leeward side. Click on apply. Click on OK. Now go to the elevation of side C. Click on OK. See that the all stories option is being selected. Select all the shells. Go to assign menu. Go to shell loads. Click on wind pressure coefficient. The same values is being applied here. Click on OK. Now we'll refer to the elevation sides 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the elevation, select the side one, click on OK. Here if we see as per the figure in the IS code, the elevations of sides 1, 2, 3, 4 have the same value of wind pressure coefficient. So I'm actually selecting the elevation views directly from over here using the up and down arrows. Select all the shells of elevation view 2. Now going into the elevation view 3, select all the shells. Go to the elevation 4 by clicking on upper arrow. Select all the shells. Now all the shells have been selected. So go to assign, go to shell loads, go to wind pressure coefficient, give the value as minus 0.8 and leeward sides. Click on apply, then click on OK. Now that the windows have been assigned, so the analysis part of this project is to be done right now. So go to analyze, click on run analysis option. Otherwise click on directly F5. Since the file haven't been saved, it's asking to save us this file. So let me give a name to this final project, a tall building design. Whatever name you like, you may give it. Click on save. Analysis part is taking place. You can also view the progress of analysis at the bottom left corner here. Let's wait for file. After the analysis part, you can actually see the deformation diagram in the 3D view. So this is the deformation diagram which is being viewed in the 3D tab. So these are the deformation values. You can also view the other values of moment diagram, shear force diagram. Go to the display menu. This is the deformed shape. Go to force and stress diagrams. See that, click on F8. So here you may select moment or so select moment. Click on OK. That particular moment is being seen. This is the moment diagram. We can also view the shear force diagram for different planes. Now that let us take the design part. Go to design. Click on auto concrete frame design. Click on view or device preferences. See that the design code IS code is being selected. Click on OK. Go to design. Go to concrete frame design. Start design or check. Design part is taking place. We can also see the process of design at the bottom left corner here. So here 713 concrete frames are actually differing, which actually fail to resist. Actually, if you notice, I gave the dimensions of a column with 600 by 600 mm as 600 by 400 mm. So we need to change that width to 600 mm again and then reanalyze and redesign this particular file. So let us open this file. So I actually changed those dimensions and let me tell you how I have changed here. So first of all, we need to unlock this. So go to unlock button over here. Lock or unlock model. Click on OK. Now that the file is being unlocked, now go to define menu, section properties, frame sections. Here, if you notice, select the column 600 by 600. I have already renamed it again. So go to modifier show property. Here, the width of 600 mm has to be changed. Click on OK. Now that the dimensions are being changed, now we need to analyze this. So go to analyze, click on run analysis, or directly you can press F5 from the keyboard. So now that the analysis part is going on, we can also view the progress of analysis at here, that is bottom left corner. So let's wait for a while. So after the completion of the analysis process, we'll be able to see the reflection diagram from the 3D view tab, and also the shear force and bending moment diagrams can also be viewed here. So this is the deflection diagram. Let's change this extruded view so that we'll be able to see that clearly, the deflection diagram. So these are the deflections of the frames. Now let us view the shear force diagram and also the bending moment diagrams. First of all, if we click on any point, these are the values, the displacement values that are visible. Click on display menu, go to force stress diagrams, click on frame, pier, spandrel option. Here you may choose shear 2 click on OK. Shear force diagram will be visible. So this is the shear force diagram of all the frames of tall building. You may zoom it for the clear vision. So upon right click of any frame, this gives us a dialog box which describes the shear force diagram, bending moment diagram. So this is the B16 beam from the story 15 which is randomly selected of dimensions 500 by 300. So we can also change the load case here. So go to live load. So these are the diagrams of that particular frame. Click on done or click on close button. Now we can also view the bending moment diagram over here. So go to display menu, click on force or stress diagrams. So go to frame, pier, spandrel, link forces option or click on F8 directly from the keyboard. So this is the dialog box. Select M33, click on OK. Now upon right clicking on any frame, you'll be able to see a dialog box as previously we have seen in shear force case. So right click on that particular frame. So randomly I have selected B21 from story 14. So you may change the load case and this is the thing what we can see. Now let us see the design part. Design, concrete frame design, view or revise preference so that the IS code is being selected. Click on OK. Now go to design, concrete frame design. Now select start design or check. So the design process is being complete and the reinforcement details are visible right now in the 3D view tab. So this is reinforcement details of every frame from the tall building. Now from this ETAB software, a report will also be generated which describes clearly the reinforcement details of each and every frame. Those reports can also be viewed from the left side part. So where the reports option is being present here. So project report and also the summary report options are available here. Project report where we can actually see the complete analysis results and also the design results. And in the case of summary report, we'll be able to see the longitudinal reinforcement and transverse reinforcement of each and every frame of the tall building. It may take for a while in order to view project report. So I have chosen summary report. So here the contents of that summary report will be present and also that report will be generated. So wait for a while. So these are the contents, cover page, structure data, loads, analysis results will be present. So this is the report that is being generated. So here for each and every frame, those analysis results will be present. Even the date will be there. So you may zoom it in order to have the clear vision, clarity, and accurate results will be obtained through ETABS. And also this provides us the economical sections when compared to other structural softwares. In case of tall building design, this is very useful. So this is all about ETABS software and design and analysis of tall buildings in ETABS. I hope you got each and every step and you understood everything. So thank you for your listening and thank you for the patience. So I think you got my points. So thank you. Thank you.